adrenal fatigue is not a real thing, but it's describing something that a lot of human beings in our 24/7 world are experiencing. So if you are experiencing stress response dysfunction, which is what I call it, because the stress response starts in your brain and it goes all the way through to your adrenals, then there are a lot of things that we can do to reset it. One thing that's really important is actually just starting to look at how stress is impacting our life. And I get a little bit radical about this. I kind of feel like this modern culture that we live in there are so many things that are happening that we don't even know are happening to us through the way that our culture manages economics and commercialism and commodification. So one example of this is that our culture thrives on us working 9 to 7. Because what happens on Friday night and Saturday night is that we reward ourselves by drinking and buying things. So our culture is actually thriving on making us feel stressed and exhausted. So in my opinion, taking back our health is this sort of radical reclamation of our wellness, but it's also kind of saying to this culture, like, yeah, no, you can't have my life and my health 24/7. What's happening is it's actually disrupting what's called our circadian rhythm. So one of the big things we can do is just start to reset our circadian rhythm by looking at what's going on in the natural world and trying to follow some of that rhythm in our daily life. Getting up at a little bit slower pace, not jumping onto our electronics. As the day starts to wind down ourselves, cut off electronics about 2 hours ideally before bed. If you can't live with that and you're going, oh my God, I can't live with that, at least 45 minutes before bed, literally no tablets, no electronics checking. And then add some basic things like, we can go crazy with supplements and diets, but sometimes it's the simple things like paying more attention to our breath, slowing down, checking in on how we're doing. Are we stressed out through the day? Are we doing little self-check-ins where we breathe, center, reset ourselves into what's more of a parasympathetic or a rest rhythm, more mindfulness in our lives, slowing down when we eat. And then there are herbs that we can use. There's a whole group of herbs called adaptogens, which have been used from time immemorial. And I consider them kind of perfect herbs for the 21st century because they help to reset some of this stress response in some pretty amazing ways. Ashwagandha, rhodiola, holy basil, even some of the ginsengs are beautiful for helping to reestablish some of this sort of natural inner peace and equilibrium.